Peru explained. Land of the Incas, the Amazon, and ancient mysteries. Welcome to Peru. A land where towering Andean peaks pierce the clouds, where the Amazon rainforest stretches beyond the horizon, and where the legacy of one of the greatest empires in human history lives on in stone, song, and spirit. Today we explore a country of breathtaking contrasts, from coastal deserts to cloud forests, from ancient ruins to modern culinary capitals. This is Peru, a nation that will captivate your imagination and stir your soul. Peru is the third largest country in South America, spanning over 1.2 million square kilometers. It shares borders with Ecuador and Colombia to the north, Brazil and Bolivia to the east, and Chile to the south. The Pacific Ocean defines its western edge with over 2,000 kilometers of dramatic coastline. Peru's geography is famously divided into three distinct natural regions. First, the Costa, a narrow coastal desert strip where the capital Lima and most major cities are located. Despite being one of the driest places on Earth, fertile river valleys cutting through the desert support thriving agriculture thanks to water flowing down from the Andes. Second, the Sierra, the mighty Andes mountain range that runs like a spine through the center of the country. Here you find Cusco, the ancient Inca capital, Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world at over 3,800 meters, and peaks like Huascarán soaring above 6,700 meters. The Andes are not just mountains, they are the cultural heart of Peru, home to indigenous communities that have lived at extreme altitudes for thousands of years, developing unique adaptations and traditions. Third, the Selva, the vast Amazon rainforest covering over 60% of Peru's land area. This is one of the most biodiverse regions on the planet, home to jaguars, pink river dolphins, giant otters, anacondas, and thousands of bird species including macaws and toucans. The Amazon is also home to indigenous tribes, some of whom have had little or no contact with the outside world, preserving ways of life that date back millennia. The meeting point of these three worlds makes Peru a country of extraordinary ecological and cultural richness unmatched anywhere on Earth. Peru's history is among the oldest and most fascinating in the Americas. The Norte Chico civilization, dating back to 3500 BCE, built monumental cities with pyramids at the same time as ancient Egypt flourished along the Nile. These early Peruvians developed complex irrigation systems and traded across vast distances. The Moche civilization, flourishing between 100 and 800 CE, left behind exquisite gold work, realistic portrait pottery, and the massive adobe pyramids of the sun and moon near modern-day Trujillo. The Nazca people created the mysterious lines in the desert that continue to puzzle researchers. The Wari built the first true empire in the Andes, establishing administrative centers connected by roads that the Incas would later expand. But it was the Inca Empire, the Tawantinsuyo, that became the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. At its height in the early 1500s under the rule of Huayna Capac, it stretched from modern-day Colombia to central Chile and Argentina, encompassing over 12 million people across some of the most challenging terrain on Earth. The Incas built an extraordinary network of roads spanning 40,000 kilometers, suspension bridges of woven grass that swayed across deep gorges, and agricultural terraces that transformed steep mountain slopes into productive farmland. Their stonework, using precisely cut blocks fitted without mortar, has withstood centuries of earthquakes that toppled Spanish buildings. Machu Picchu, the most famous Inca site, was a royal estate built for the Emperor Pachacuti around 1450. It was never found by the Spanish and remained hidden in the cloud forest until its scientific rediscovery in 1911 by the American explorer Hiram Bingham. The Spanish conquest, led by Francisco Pizarro with just 168 men, toppled the empire through a combination of superior weaponry, political manipulation by exploiting Inca Civil War divisions, and the devastating impact of European diseases to which the native population had no immunity. Within a century, the indigenous population fell by as much as 90%. Yet Peru's indigenous identity was never extinguished. In 1780, Tupac Amaru II led a massive rebellion against Spanish rule that, though crushed, inspired independence movements across the continent. Peru finally declared independence in 1821, and today, descendants of the Incas continue to speak Quechua, wear traditional dress, and practice customs passed down over 5 centuries. Peruvian culture is a vibrant tapestry woven from indigenous, Spanish, African, and Asian threads. The Quechua and Aymara languages are official alongside Spanish, spoken by millions across the highlands. The Inti Raymi festival, celebrating the winter solstice, draws thousands to the ancient fortress of Sacsayhuaman each June for a spectacular reenactment of Inca ceremonies with colorful costumes, music, and ritual offerings to the sun god. In the coastal city of Trujillo, the Marinera dance competition showcases elegant courtship traditions with flowing skirts, handkerchiefs, and graceful movements that tell stories of love and pride. Peruvian textiles are among the finest in the world, with each community having its own distinctive patterns, colors, and weaving techniques. Alpaca and vicuna wool, among the softest and most luxurious fibers on earth, are used to create garments of extraordinary quality. The Andean pan flute, or zampona, and the charango, a small guitar traditionally made from an armadillo shell, produce haunting melodies that echo through mountain festivals and celebrations. Peruvian writers have made indelible contributions to world literature. The Nobel laureate Mario Vargas Llosa captured the complexity of Peruvian society in novels like Conversation in the Cathedral and The Feast of the Goat. And the indigenous chronicler Inca Garcilaso de la Vega, writing in the 16th century, preserved the history and legends of the Inca people for future generations. Peru's economy is among the fastest growing and most stable in South America, driven by abundant natural resources and a dynamic service sector. The country is the world's second largest producer of copper and silver, and a major exporter of gold, zinc, and lead. Mining accounts for a significant share of exports and government revenue, with massive operations in the departments of Ancash, Arequipa, and Cajamarca. The Yanacocha gold mine near Cajamarca is one of the largest in the world. Coastal agriculture has transformed Peru into a global powerhouse for high-value crops. The country is now the world's leading exporter of asparagus and quinoa, and a major supplier of avocados, blueberries, grapes, and mangoes, exported fresh to markets across North America, Europe, and Asia. The textile industry, centered on Pima cotton and alpaca wool, produces sought-after garments sold worldwide. But perhaps Peru's most dynamic economic story is its gastronomic revolution. Lima has become the culinary capital of Latin America, with restaurants like Central, Mado, and Astrid y Gaston regularly appearing on the world's 50 best restaurants list. This food boom has created thousands of jobs, attracted international food tourism, and positioned Peru as a premier culinary destination that draws visitors from every continent. Peruvian cuisine is nothing short of extraordinary, a reflection of the country's diverse geography and multicultural heritage. The undisputed national dish is ceviche, fresh raw fish cured in lime juice with sliced onion, chili peppers, and salt, served with sweet potato and giant corn kernels called choclo. It is so beloved that it has its own national holiday celebrated every June 28. Lomo saltado is the perfect symbol of Peru's Chinese influence, a stir-fry of marinated beef strips, tomatoes, red onions, and soy sauce, served with French fries and rice, blending Cantonese technique with Peruvian ingredients. Ají de gallina is a creamy chicken stew made with yellow chili peppers, walnuts, and Parmesan cheese, served over potatoes, a comfort food found in homes and restaurants across the country. From the Andes comes pacamanca, meat and vegetables cooked underground with hot stones, a technique dating back to Inca times. Adventurous palates can try anticuchos, grilled beef heart skewers marinated in spices, or cuy, roasted guinea pig that has been a protein source in the Andes for millennia. The national drink is the pisco sour, made from grape brandy, lime juice, egg white, simple syrup, and Angostura bitters, shaken until frothy and garnished with a dash of cinnamon. And chicha morada, a refreshing purple corn beverage spiced with cinnamon and clove, is enjoyed by young and old alike. When it comes to landmarks, Peru is a treasure chest of wonders. Machu Picchu needs no introduction. The 15th century Inca citadel sits at 2,430 meters above sea level, its precisely cut stone terraces and temples perched dramatically between two mountain peaks. The Temple of the Sun, the Room of the Three Windows, and the Intihuatana stone, a ritual sundial, demonstrate the Incas' extraordinary astronomical knowledge. The Nazca lines, etched into the coastal desert over 2,000 years ago, depict hummingbirds, monkeys, spiders, and geometric shapes so large they can only be fully appreciated from the air. Their purpose remains one of archaeology's most enduring mysteries. Cusco, once the capital of the Inca Empire, is a living museum where Inca stone foundations support Spanish colonial churches and palaces. The Plaza de Armas, flanked by the cathedral and the Church of La Compañía, pulses with energy day and night. Lake Titicaca, straddling the border with Bolivia at 3,800 meters above sea level, is home to the Uros people who live on floating islands made entirely of tatora reeds, a tradition that predates the Inca Empire. The sacred valley of the Incas, stretching from Pisac to Ollantaytambo, is dotted with terraced hillsides, traditional markets, and ancient fortresses. There are 1,000 reasons to visit Peru, and every traveler leaves with their own unforgettable memories. Hike the Rainbow Mountain of Vinicunca, where mineral deposits have painted the slopes in stripes of turquoise, lavender, gold, and rust, creating a landscape that seems from another world. Venture deep into the Amazon basin from the gateway city of Iquitos or Puerto Maldonado, where you can spot pink river dolphins, howler monkeys, giant river otters, and scarlet macaws in the wild. The Calca Canyon near Arequipa is twice as deep as the Grand Canyon and the best place in the Americas to watch Andean condors soar on thermal winds at close range, their 3-meter wingspan casting shadows across the canyon walls. The Ballestas Islands off the coast of Paracas are known as the poor man's Galapagos, teeming with sea lions, Humboldt penguins, and countless seabirds. Lima's Miraflores district offers cliffside parks, world-class surfing, and some of the finest restaurants on the continent. And for the truly adventurous, the ancient fortress of Quilap in the northern cloud forest, built by the Chachapoyas culture long before the Incas, rivals Machu Picchu in grandeur but sees a fraction of the visitors. Peru is a land that defies simple description. It is ancient and modern, wild and refined, harsh and gentle all at once. From the first light hitting Machu Picchu at dawn to the last sip of pisco sour as the sun sets over the Pacific, Peru leaves an indelible mark on all who visit. Its people, descendants of great civilizations, welcome you with warmth and pride. The mountains, deserts, jungles, and cities of Peru tell a story 5,000 years in the making, a story that continues to unfold with each passing day. If this journey through Peru has inspired you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more country explorations. Share your own Peru experiences in the comments below. Until next time, safe travels and keep exploring the wonders of our world.